So I'm having a catch up with Millie Manders. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. We've just started playing a new single of yours called R.I.P. Tell us a bit about the single.
So it's one of those ones where it was a collaboration actually, with the band, obviously, when we were songwriting, but actually the lyrics came about from me doing a songwriting workshop and showing one of the ways that I write lyrics with my Patreons. And I asked them to give me three words. They gave me Halloween, candy, and death. Um, and so I came back to them having done some work around using my five senses with those three words. And RIP, the lyrics were born, and they married to a backing track that Joe had been working on. So the next time I did a live stream with my Patreons, I was able to sing the song based around the three words that they'd created. It's my favourite track on the album, and it alludes to the death of a relationship, non-specific relationship, and sometimes the relief that comes from those relationship deaths.
Nice, nice. And as mentioned, that's off your latest record, Wake Up, Shut Up, Work. For those who've not had chance to listen to it yet, tell us about the record.
The record came out on the 2nd of August last year. It was our sophomore album, and as the title suggests, there is a lot of things around societal pressure. There's some politicism in there, and kind of every facet of feeling made to feel like you should shut up about whatever it is, your feelings, your emotions, who you are as a person, or your political views. So there's a lot of content on there. There's some relationship stuff, there's some political stuff, there's some very, very bouncy stuff, um, and just railing against your own world, I guess.
Nice, nice. Have you put thoughts towards record three yet?
Thoughts, as in, we have some writing sessions booked in for this year. We have, I'm working on a lot of the lyrics at the moment, so I've got a folder of various things have been spinning around my brain. Joe has been putting some guitar riffs together, and even Pete has put a full folder of drum riffs that he's been working on together. So we're going to be doing a lot of work with the foundations of what we've put together so far. Starting in May, we've got 4 writing sessions booked across the year. So hopefully, come 2026, we'll have a whole new body of work for people.
Lovely, lovely. And speaking of lyrics, obviously you're the lyric writer. Tell us a bit about how the lyrics kind of start off for you.
Well, it depends. As I say, the RIP itself was very much a give me three words. I'm going to write some lyrics with that. Sometimes, if something hits me really hard, I will just have things popping up in my head that need to be written down immediately. So my phone is often full of snippets of lyrics, or sometimes even full songs. Um, Sometimes if I listen to the riffs that Joe is writing, it might invoke an emotion or a subject matter that just feels like the right thing to be writing about when I'm listening to those sorts of things. And sometimes it'll be a writing session with the full band where something just happens to come together from a snippet of lyrics that I have while they're creating a backing track. And I'm like, oh, that's inspired me to finish that one off, you know. So I always say that whatever the creative moment is, go with it until it ends. Whether you keep that thing that you've created or not, it's neither here nor there. Just use that moment. Don't let it drift, and write as much as you can in that
Hmm.
moment.
Yeah, sounds good. You mentioned that you've got a whole list of lyrics that you've written on your phone. Do you have your phone available?
No, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Ah, rubbish, rubbish. All right, I'll move on. It's fine. Um, you're heading out on tour shortly. Tell us. I bet you can't wait to be on the road again.
Absolutely, we're very excited. We've got a few new towns that we're going to. We haven't done Birkenhead before, which is near Liverpool, and I haven't played Liverpool since I think something like 2016 or something, like really long time ago since I played Liverpool. So I'm really excited to go back to that area. Hitchin is new for us as well, but we're returning to places like Milton Keynes. Um, I love that venue over there, the Crawford Arms. York is one of our favourite places to play as well. So there's loads of places that we're going to be on this tour, and then there's a couple of festivals that we're doing in between the tour dates too. Manchester Punk Festival is one of our favourites, and there's a Ska Fest with the Beat happening up in Leeds. So yeah, it's a really exciting time. We always love being on the road. Our fans are just some of the kindest, loveliest people we've ever met. So it's always a room full of love as well.
Good, good. And then it is festival season, kind of the summer is the bulk of festivals. You got Bearded Theory booked in. You've got others kind of ready to be announced, or is it going to be a little bit quiet?
Do, but it's the 5th, and I think one of them's being announced tomorrow, so I'm not allowed
You
to
can
say.
tell me. You can tell me because it's not going to go out before then.
Oh, can I not? We're
Yeah.
going to be playing the main stage of Beautiful Days.
Wonderful. I bet you can't
You
be
excited?
yeah. How do you feel about being on a main stage?
Well, it's such an honor as a small band for that kind of level of trust to be put into you. For a bit, especially big festivals like, we played Slam Dunk 2 years ago, and they gave us the absolute honor of opening that stage. And not only are you on a stage where there's some of your favorite people ever gracing that stage and walking those boards, but you're also being given the task of warming up that huge crowd,
Mm.
potentially thousands of people. And there were a good thousand or two in front of us at Slam Dunk, and it was awe-inspiring. It was nerve-wracking. I very nearly puked several times before we went out, and I'm sure it's going to be the same at Beautiful Days. I think we're on second on that stage, and Frank Turner is going to be headlining the day that we're playing that main stage. Um, and the idea that we're warming up the crowd
Yeah.
for that level of audience on that level of stage is, yeah, it's an absolute honor to be given that task and that trust in our band
Mm.
to be doing something like that.
Yeah, I can well imagine. And later this year, is it going to be more touring, or is it going to be back into the writing side of things, do you think?
Both. Um, so we've got a couple of projects that are sort of interim projects that we're toying with that I can't really talk about unless they come to fruition.
Mm.
Um, so we're hoping to have some interim projects happening, but we've got the writing sessions throughout the year. We're probably going to keep the majority of October open as well in case we don't get enough songs in the 4 writing sessions that we've got planned in. So we may well go back into a writing session in October, but we will be touring again sort of late October and through November, possibly into early December as well.
Nice and busy. Nice and busy. You hoping to go overseas as well, into Europe, maybe to the States?
Um, I would love to do more touring in Europe, but my political views do not necessarily align with what is happening with the German government, certainly at the moment. And with the way the States has just gone politically, and with what they are currently planning to do in the Middle East, I don't think my social media would help me get any visas.
Yeah. Yeah. We try and keep the politics out of it, but it's difficult, isn't it?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I refuse to keep the politics out of it because if I stay mute like so many other punk bands
Yeah.
do, how can I call myself any kind of political punk? Um, I'm not a boy band. I've never been shy about my political views, and
Mm.
quite frankly, I don't want to tour in genocidal countries. So yeah, I'll
You
stick to
got
the UK
you got to be you.
until people start to be a bit more humanitarian politics wise, I guess.
Agreed. Agreed. Millie, it's been a pleasure having a catch up with you.
Thank you so much for taking the time, Jim.